Okay, guys. First off, super cool. You guys are like, show me how you fucking did this. So I'm going to speed painting cultists. The picture you guys saw was approximately 15 or so minutes from prime to about done. So here is the cultist bro. My phone is on a really terrible mount, so try to avoid shaking, but he's in focus now. Just your bog standard cultist duder. And I run a lot of Alpha Legion in my list, so I'm going to show you how to do that pretty easily. There's a couple of things you got to use, but when we get there I'll tell you. And I'm hoping we're going to knock this out in about 15 or so minutes. So I'm going to do it live. I'm not going to stop. I'm not going to slow down. The key to speed painting stuff like this is really being prepared, right? So you have the paints you need laid out, ready to rock and roll, and keeping it simple. I know that sounds really straightforward, right? But keep it simple. And the effect I got on my cultist was just not really caring about being too neat. So here we go. I'm going to start by hitting it with a little bit of burnt umber. Just kind of all over. Not really caring too much about being super neat. Getting a little bit of a jam. Painting earlier today, so my brush is a little weak. But what this does is sort of lets me base coat everything. And it being Alpha Legion, you know, their main colors are the blues, the greens. And if I'm going green, I'm trying to get that nice bright green that I'm just then going to ruin basically with my little tech I like to use to enable wash. So I'm going to put some air on them, rotate them a little bit, let them dry. It doesn't have to be perfect, and I literally just have been blasting this dude with the burnt umber. And if I pull away from the screen, it's going to need to do a little bit of quick detail work. Like I said, this is not a proper tutorial, just a little quick and dirty. So let that guy dry real quick while I dump my brush, run some water through it, and get ready for the next color. Gonna have to do this real quick because I'm running low on water here. Oh, that's not water, that's a gin and tonic. Oh boy. Well, cocktail while painting doesn't hurt, guys. So I hit it with the burnt umber, right? He was just fucking brown, right? Black and brown. This speed painting, I think, really works best with a dark undercoat. So that helps. I'm going to use a line of colors in this that I don't see a lot of people using. I really like them. It's golden acrylics, sap green hue. It's slightly transparent. They make great paint, golden. So you can find them at your Blick, your Art Supply Warehouse, whatever the fuck. I'm just gonna throw it in the pot. It's really thin. You don't have to flow improve it at all. I still do a little bit, just to sort of get it a touch thinner. But I mean, we're 4 minutes in and we're laying down the next big base coat. So this goes pretty quick. Okay, so I'm going to try to keep this in the camera. I'm just going to hit the top parts of his clothes where I eventually want them to be this really bright Alpha Legion green. I'm also going to hit, just sort of spatter him with that little cloth underneath. A little bit of this green. Just adds sort of the grime and the grit. These guys are cultists. They're fucking dirty, right? Blow some air. Try to dry them off a little bit. Now, I only put a tiny bit of paint in this airbrush pot just so I can do these little tiny bits, right? And if you're batch painting these guys, you're going to be able to bust them out real quick. And there's a little bit of brush work, but a lot of it's airbrushing. Come in, add a little more green. Right? We're going to eventually get this to a really bright green, because when you put the enamel wash in there, it really dulls down the model a lot. But then we pull it back off with white spirits and it looks fucking amazing. So next, we're going to take a little brush full of the Citadel Warboss green, and oh, bumped it real hard that time. And all I did was just spray the pot out. I didn't even wipe down the sides or anything, because I want some of that green hue in there, right? Sap green, get those blends together a little bit. Little flow improver, a little water with the Warboss green. It's not an air paint, so you got to be careful. And just use a brush to get everything off the sides and get it mixed in. Just sort of, it's not going to be a perfect match. So, but it is going to start to build it up. So, see if I can do this while keeping it in the camera. Starting to get that brighter green on the shoulder. I'm just shooting this just up above. I'm not trying to be super clean. Right, just get a little bit in the little piece of cloth he's got hanging down there. A little bit on his little face shit. Fucking leather face mask type deal. Right? So now we're starting to get some of that green. Well, you're going to be surprised to hear that the airbrushing on this mini is almost done. We're going to do some quick paint brushing. We're 7 minutes in, guys. Real fucking fast. So now, touch more flow. And then this one I'm using is the Escorpina green. It's a super bright neon green from VGC. I don't know if they make an air version of this, but again, just a tiny bit. Just blow out the pot. Don't even really wipe it all the way out. You want some of that Warboss in there to sort of give it some love. We're just gonna prime it, push it through a little bit, and here we go. It's gonna come right over the top. Mostly air, and then start working that in. Again, this is a very quick and dirty way to do cultists. It's not gonna win you a fucking gold Neiman. It's not probably gonna win you a painting trophy at times. But I like the look. You can get really cool results with the wash step. I'm gonna pull this model away real quick to do some tidying up. So right now I'm just getting a little more detailed in with his clothing, little face mask. Give it some air. A little more green. Bring that green up. And actually what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to add a little FW ink into this. Turn it around. This is a really cool thing. If you ever used inks before, you mix them with a little bit of acrylic or just straight through an airbrush. A little hard to shoot, take a little practice, but There's the FW ink. Just going to take a little bit of it, mix it right into what I got. It's going to add a nice little sharp green to it. Remember, I'm slowing down to tell you guys what I'm doing every step of the way. So when you get your rhythm going, you can pump out a cultist with this method stupid fast. Okay. So now we're just going to shoot some of this green right on the shoulder pad, back of the head. Just going to a little bit in the corner, a little bit right there, on the face. So now, green's done. We're done with the airbrush, guys, until the last step, the wash step. So I'm gonna dump my airbrush real fast, get it soaking in some water so I don't ruin shit. Run some Windex. Oh fuck! Run some Windex through it. And then, where'd my water go? Alright. Oh, there it is. All right. So, while we're here, let's do the brushwork. Turn off the compressor for a hot second. Brushwork, easy as fuck. I'm gonna do all the metals with metal color, Vallejo metal color steel. Right? Just gonna throw it on a palette, or sometimes I work straight off my desk. I kind of do it weird, but just gonna paint all the metal shit real fast. So, bam, paint the whole gun. Literally, you're just keeping it really simple. Paint this fucking mace thing he's got here, right? Get my hand in here. Paint this fucking mace thing. Maybe I'll edit this down a little bit.